Hi there. I'm Mark Birch, Global Startup Advocate at AWS. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Ofir Shabtai, Co-Founder and CTO of Shield.
So awesome to have you here. Can you share just a brief description about what Shield does?
Okay, so Shield is an electronic communication compliance system. Essentially, we help financial services organization find internal employees, bad actors. Our platform scans all sorts of electronic communications from email to WhatsApp to phone recordings and help the financial organization find those bad actors inside the organization. And our AI models are basically helping them read between the lines and find the needle in the haystack. Because most employees are great, but some of them, especially in financial services, have the power to create a lot of damage to the organization, to the public markets. So our platform basically analyzes all those communications and alerts when we find misconduct or even sexual harassment or racism, or everything that is culturally wrong in an organization in order for the company not to facilitate.
And this is super important because there's so much information, so much communications, you can't monitor it unless you have something intelligent behind the scenes. But I'm curious, did you have this type of background? How did you come up with this idea?
Actually, the whole world of financial compliance evolved over the years.
Right.
And the trigger to start the Shield was a specific regulation that was entering Europe in early 2018.
Okay.
And we saw that the market is, let's say, all the other solutions are really off. They are not really solving the core pains of what it means in the new era of the new regulation, what it means to really manage the risk of electronic communication at scale and really solve the problem. Everything was siloed, and we were optimistic enough and brave enough to say, okay, we can really change the way those financial services work, the banks, asset managers, it doesn't matter. Every regulated firm is working, and we actually jumped on the idea and started.
And so you're looking maybe for some ideas to jump into, and you saw there was a big opportunity here potentially.
Part of it, yes. Part of it is Shiran is my partner. He's the CEO of Shield. He was working in the adjacent area of compliance, and one of his customer asked him, "How can we solve these new requirements of the regulation?" And he started looking and said, okay, something is really off with what we can offer to those banks.
Right.
And from there was an aha moment. Okay, there's an opportunity that we can. There's a big problem that we can solve and scale, and it has a big market for us to enter.
And so you said AI is behind the scenes, but maybe you could explain, how do customers experience using your product today? Okay. And what is it replacing?
Okay, so for some customers, this is a really new system that they haven't done. So they were, in terms of risk management in front of the regulators, it's they were in a very high risk, and it's immediately lowered the risks. But when we apply AI, some had legacy systems, and when we came with our platform, and specifically with our AI models, we were able to reduce the number of false alerts dramatically. I just met last week a customer. He told me before Shield, he's a new customer, I just met him. He said, with our previous system, we had 10,000 alerts per day. Now I have 170. And they are all accurate, and I don't need to put a lot of man hours just to review those alerts and find the needle in the haystack. It's very important to bring.
That is just a huge boost, just in terms of productivity, but also just being able to find the information that's going to be, put your organization at risk. So, I'm curious then, how big is the company today? In terms of funding, size, and what's the kind of next step? Where do you want to scale to?
So, Shield, at the moment, we are around 130 employees. 5 locations around the world. We are Series B funded. We've raised $35 million to date. We are always growing, almost doubling every year. Our goal is to be a market leader, definitely. So we are building Shield to be a large-scale company, and this is our aim. It's a long journey, but seems like we are on track so far.
Speaking of long journeys, I mean, you have been a startup founder in the past.
Yes.
So you probably have some experiences that people listening might want to learn from your own journey. Is there maybe one or maybe two things that you think would be helpful to share?
Especially if you're starting a startup, I think the most important decision that you will ever make is who are your partners, who are your co-founders. It's like marriage. You need to know that you can go through all the hard times. It will be ups and downs. This is not a linear way to success, going up all the time. And on those hard times, on the challenges, you need to have the right people beside you to take the right decision, to even mentally be able to cross those challenges into the high times again. So I guess this is the most important one.
Absolutely. You know, the support so needed on that journey could be lonely at times as well. So this has been super awesome. Thank you so much for being here with us to share a little bit about your journey at the AWS Summit in Tel Aviv. It's been really super to hear your journey.
Thank you for having me. It's a great summit.
Thank you. And take care now. Bye.